I'm chilling.
Yeah. I saw some of the VMAs last night.
Yeah, did you like it?
No,
No. What do you expect? It's MTV. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised.
Mm.
You
Everyone's talking about the
know,
NSYNC reunion and shit. I'm just like, oh great, that's what the world needs right now.
they don't show videos no more. You know, yeah,
And that's the funny part right there that I was thinking about. I'm like, how y'all don't show videos, but y'all have motherfucking VMAs and shit.
like they had one like video show for like a couple of months where like every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock they would show videos for like a whole hour and then they would go back to watch they would go out to showing ridiculousness marathon and then they stopped it like I think it was like July August
Oh,
they stopped showing it. So they show no more videos on the regular MTV. You got to go like on streaming to like their other channels to see videos.
or like MTV2 or all that shit.
Yeah, like MTV MTV what they call it like MTV blocks. They pick like artists to
Yeah,
show like
classic,
video. Yeah, or MTV Classic. That's
classic
on
MTV.
streaming. You got to go to streaming to see that. That's not on their regular
Yeah,
programming.
I got that too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's the only way you're gonna be able to see videos still on MTV.
All I saw was the hip hop tribute, the Puffy thingamajig, and the Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B song called Bongos, which is like WAP Latin version.
Right. Basically. Yeah. Why is Justin Timberlake going back to his he don't need his group. His group needs him at this point. They need the money. I really believe that's why he's going back. Because I don't see why he would go back now. And he's doing a collab album with Nelly Furtado and Timberland. So why is he going back to his group? That doesn't make sense.
Everybody wants the white boy.
Doesn't make sense. I'm not an NSYNC fan, so I won't be listening to them.
And then this whole shit with Tyrese and DJ Envy.
Huh?
This whole shit with Tyrese and DJ Envy having a beef or some shit.
DJ Envy, what about him?
I think Tyrese was talking to DJ Envy's wife, and DJ Envy wasn't too thrilled about it. Some shit like that. I'm just like Tyrese is always
Oh
getting into
yeah,
some
I
shit with
saw
white
that.
girls.
I saw that shit. Like something. So I heard about that. Like he cursed out his wife or some shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, this nigga's always getting some shit with light skin niggas. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, what about Rick Ross? He ain't light skinned.
I meant Tyrese.
Oh, Tyrese. I don't know. I don't. Genuine ain't light skinned either, so he didn't get along with Genuine. It's just Tyrese.
Tyrese.
Get it?
Nas is dropping a new album tomorrow at 9 o'clock. The last collaboration with Hit Boy.
Yeah. The last one with Hit Boy. Last one with Hit Boy. So you say, you see.
And everyone's all like, "Well, that Primo album should be coming out." Like, no, nigga, I don't want a Primo album now at this point. Like, no, nigga. You heard Sky Zoo's new album, right?
I don't know. Nah, when did it drop? I didn't even hear about it.
It dropped like a couple of weeks ago. That shit fire.
I didn't hear about it.
Happy early birthday, Sam.
Happy birthday, Sam, you cheap bastard. How about you donate to Reg's channel? You've been on here for 10 years. It's about time already. I'm just saying.
That's the way you said it. I was laughing at.
It has to be said because some of these motherfuckers been here since the jump, and they don't. You just gonna do exclusive content, and nobody gonna watch it. That's all. You can't say in the comments, "Oh, I love your list," and you can't even watch the damn thing.
Exactly. Shout out to Eric, by the way, for that dope reaction video we did yesterday.
Eric is always donating. He's like Santa Claus though. Santa Claus is real. You know what I mean? Santa Claus is black and he lives in Georgia.
Yeah, shout out to Eric though. Nigga,
Yeah,
rare
Eric
ass
was good.
album. I'm like, yo,
Huh? I hear what you said.
tomorrow's Ashley's birthday too.
Shout out to Ashley's. Mike was good, yo.
Mike, how was Myrtle Beach? Of course, my laptop.
You didn't want to go back home? Oh wow. It was that good? And we lost Reg. Yeah, the soundtrack is good. Yeah, that's dope. Mike, when you gonna be free for that live stream you're supposed to do? Let me know when you're gonna be free. I want to do it early too. I don't want to do it late. I don't want to do late live streams no more. Like I had to talk to Reg about that too. Like we got to change up the times now. You know what I'm saying? So let me know when you free for that special live stream you gonna do. You want to see that? See.
Yo, hey yo, that's why I hate StreamYard and shit. I swear. Oh my god. Hey yo, try, can you hear me?
I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, yo. It's acting up.
It's bullshitting. It's fucking bullshitting right now. It literally just
They
kicked me
don't
out my
want black
fucking
people on.
stream.
They don't want us on here.
God, seeing this bullshit sometimes. But yeah, I'm ready to start whenever you are before this
Let's go.
fucks up my shit again. What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Tribe with me.
Yo.
All right, and we're gonna do a double review today on the Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack, and we're also going to do the CB4 soundtrack as well too. But we're going to start with the Beverly Hills Cop. If I can pull up this picture since StreamYard wants to fuck around with me. Yes, okay, finally. All right, this soundtrack came out in 1987 through MCA Records. This is, of course, sequel to the first movie that came out in 1984 and a soundtrack we talked about last week. It came out with 3 singles: Cross My Broken Heart, Shakedown, and I Want Your Sex. Guest appearances include Bob Seger, the Pointer Sisters, Charlie Sexton, Corey Hart, George Michael, James Ingram, Pebbles, The Jets, Ready for the World, Sue Ann Carwell, and Jermaine Jackson. And producers include Don Simpson, Jerry Bruckheimer. They're the executive producers. Andre Simone, All My Prince Heads, Y'all Should Know Him, Giorgio Moroder, Keith Forsyth, George Michael, Harold Faltermeyer, Harry Rice, Michael Viderick, Naranda Michael Walden, you know what I'm saying, very popular producer we talked about, Ready for the World, and Stephen Bray. All right, so by this point, y'all should know about Beverly Hills Cop. I don't be real. It's been years since I've actually seen the sequel and everything like that. I remember I love the sequel a lot though. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
hey, we are planning a Beverly Hills Cop breakdown early October, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to have done it this week, but I'm just recovering from this wedding and other stuff that happened this weekend. So I'm just gonna take it easy a little bit. All right. So I've always loved this album cover for the soundtrack. You know, him in the fucking
Yeah.
Letterman jacket with the sunset. In my opinion, the best album cover of all the soundtracks.
Yeah.
in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? So this joint got 11 tracks. Let's get this shit started. Track number one is Shakedown. This is a Bob Seger track. I'm not gonna hold you. I've never really been the biggest fan of Bob Seger. You know what I'm saying? But this
Yeah.
song, it definitely has that 80s driving, the feel good kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? It was nominated for both an Academy Award for Best Original Song and a Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song, but it lost both awards to Dirty Dancing's "I've Had the Time of My Life,"
Of
which
course.
I'm not
Of course.
surprised. I'm not fucking that was a big movie back in the day and today. Even
Yeah.
that song today is just as big as the movie. Mm.
Yeah. Facts.
It's kind of crazy because Glenn Fry from the Eagles, who also did a song that Heat Is On from the first soundtrack, he was originally supposed to have sung this song, but
Oh wow.
Fry did not like the lyrics, and he had quote unquote laryngitis. So Sega
Wow.
did that, and um, yeah, Sega did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, never really been the biggest Bob Seger fan, but this right here, I can definitely fuck with this album.
Yeah, it was cool. It's a cool opener for the movie. You know, it's not one of my favorites, but it's all right.
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely feel you about that. All right. Track number two we got is "Be There." This is the Pointer Sisters. Yes, the Pointer Sisters come back for the soundtrack as well too. This song I actually do like. You know what I'm saying? It definitely felt like it definitely had that glossy '80s feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a bit of a highlight in my personal opinion. So yeah, pretty good dope.
Yeah, this was dope. I mean, I was more familiar with the Pointer Sister stuff from the '80s, so this is like right in the '80s bag. It was dope.
Yeah, yeah, man, they were fucking big in the '80s and shit like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
All right, track number three, we got is "Indeed" featuring Charlie Sexton. Um, from what I gathered, this guy was a guitarist, um, in Bob Dylan's band. You know what I'm saying? He had his own group called the Charlie Sexton Sextet. With this song right here, I didn't really care too much for this song. To be real with you,
Like,
just keeping it bucks. Yeah, didn't care for it.
yeah, I ain't care for this either. Nope.
Yeah, fuck it. Um, better. Hold on, featuring Corey Hart. Corey Hart. He's a singer from Canada. You know what I'm saying? He's a singer from Canada. You know, he had a few hits in the '80s and everything like that. Um, this joint right here, when I first heard this intro, I thought it was going to be like a Quiet Storm kind of song and everything like that, just based on the intro and just his vocals. But then it involved like this pop rock kind of ordeal you would hear in like a lot of '80s songs. You know what I'm saying? It's actually not bad. It's actually a pretty feel good kind of song, if you ask me. So yeah, it's not bad at all. I actually like this one.
It's cool. Sorry, you know, it's made me think of like the summertime when you hear it. So
Definitely. All right, next song. I Want Your Sex. This is George Michael. We've talked about this song in the past when we talked about the Faith album. This is a song that I definitely love. I definitely recommend. You know what I'm saying? On the Faith album, it definitely was split into like three parts. and everything. You had like the first part, which is this one, and the second part, we had more emphasis on the horns, and the third part had more of like a quiet storm feel to it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely would recommend you guys listen to that shit. Yeah,
Yeah, classic record. You know, first George Michael solo album, definitely a classic album. This was a big hit when that came out, and ended up being on the soundtrack. So
yeah, definitely. All right, next song we got is "Better Way" from James Ingram. Yeah, "Better Way" from James Ingram. Yeah, you guys should definitely know who James Ingram is. You know what I'm saying? All my Quincy Jones fans, he definitely done a lot of great material with him. Um, Ironically, this was actually produced by Andre Simone. And this is actually one of my favorite songs on this record too. To be real with you, definitely love the way James was singing this joint right here. Yeah, man, this one right here, I definitely recommend this one.
yeah, it was cool. It's not one of my favorites. It was like,
Definitely. All right, next song we got is "Love Hate." This is as a Pebble song. This is also produced by Andre Simone. Is it me or does this song sounds like Janet
Janet
Jackson's
Jackson.
"Nasty"?
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
I that's what I wrote down. It sounded like it could have been on the Control album.
yeah, like the den den
Yeah,
den den.
it sounds like
I
nasty.
was, yeah, I'm just like Andre, you're not slick.
Yeah,
You are not slick at all.
no.
Yeah, man. I've never really Pebbles. I mean, I never really been the biggest Pebbles fan like that. You know what I'm saying? She had a few
Uh,
hits here and there, but
yeah.
yeah, this is just a Janet Jackson bite. I'm gonna be
Oh
keeping
yeah,
a buck with you.
definitely. And Janet was already huge with Control at this point. So you know, when you hear the beat, it sounds like the beginning of Nasty when that comes on. And Pepple's first album was good. I used to have that on cassette back in the day. That was a good album, but other than that, I didn't care for none of her other shit after her first album. But this is definitely a Janet Jackson ripoff. It probably would have been a big hit if Janet was on it. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
Right. Do you wanna ride in my Mercedes? I remember that
yeah,
one.
big hit.
My favorite song was one she did with Babyface.
Mm,
Love Make Things Happen. I think that's the joint.
right.
Yeah, that was the only song I liked from her. Everything else, I was just kind of like, it's hit or miss. All right. So next joint we got "Cross My Broken Heart." This is the Jets. Very, very, very dope song in my personal opinion. The Jets. The Jets was just like this R&B group. There was a family, that was popular in the mid to late '80s. This song actually came from their second album, Magic. I know Try's a bigger fan than me. I'm gonna let
Yeah.
you tell more information.
Supposedly now, when I saw the unsung for the Jets, when they were talking about doing the song for the soundtrack, supposedly Prince was there because they recorded it at his studio,
Yeah,
or they I think they did the video at his
they did
studio
the
or something.
video.
Yeah, they did the
They did the video.
video, right, and Prince was there when they did the video for the song. And I've always loved the song. It's my favorite off of the soundtrack. It was a big hit for the Jets. When it came out, and you know, this really was like the last big hit for them. Like after their first album, and then this comes out. This is like really like their last big hit. So I love it's a catchy chorus. I like the beat. I believe it was Elizabeth that was singing the lead vocals on this, and she had a great voice, and yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely a very good song right here. I definitely got to get some albums from them. Honestly.
Well, I would, well, I don't know if you've heard all the albums. I would just stick to the first one. and
The
that's
first one.
basically yeah, the first one for me. That's like their best one. After that it was like they started having issues with their label and having issues within the group, and I think Elizabeth wanted to go solo at one point, but she had breast cancer, and it was just a lot of shit going on.
Oh Lord, definitely. Oh shoot, definitely. I know she beat the disease, right?
Yeah, she beat the cancer. Yeah, but it's not now. Like the family is beefing because it's like two different versions of the group.
Yep, I heard about that part.
Yeah, so
Yeah, such a damn shame. Damn shame. But other than that, track number 9, 36 Lovers featuring Ready for the World. I love Ready for the World, but I do not like the
mhm.
song. Don't like the
Me
song.
neither. It's a lot of this shit to me sound the same though. You know what I'm
Same.
saying? Like this song sounds like a lot of the other shit that they did in the past. I'm like, what was so great about them? Like they had like maybe two or three big hits.
Love You Down is still that joint. And
Right.
what's that other? Oh Sheila was cool, but it was a
Yeah.
Prince and the Revolution wannabe
Yeah.
song. And of course,
Even when I hear
Sheila,
this song, it reminds me of like Prince and the Revolution. Like the beat. It's like this is some shit Prince would have used.
I agree. Yeah, man. I never. It's just like, damn, Love You Down was like the only song that can really claim their own and
Yeah.
shit.
I was not a huge fan of Ready for the World. I think they were overhyped. Let's face it, the best group of the '80s was New Edition. They're not touching New Edition
Oh hell no. Well,
on no level.
Prince and the Revolution. Don't
They
forget Prince and the Revolution.
well, print. Well, I mean, like for R&B, it was New Edition. Like it's still for me New Edition. Like they're not fucking with New Edition.
Mm, respect. Track number 10. I Can't Stand It. This is Sue Ellen Caldwell. Um, I don't know too much about Sue Ellen Caldwell, but excuse me. Sorry about that. But when I heard this track, it definitely reminded me of Patti LaBelle's "Stir It Up" from the first soundtrack.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what it. I think it was
Definitely
the
sound like
beat, the style. I was like,
yeah.
yeah, they couldn't afford Patty, so they had to get this low budget version.
Right. A knockoff that we never heard of.
Yeah,
You know. Yeah.
so that's how you have to say a knockoff.
Next track.
All
Yeah.
right,
Basically a Patti LaBelle knockoff. Nothing more to say.
got you. And the last track is called "All Revved Up" with Jermaine Jackson. Never cared for this track. I thought Jermaine was just doing way too
No.
much with this song right here.
I don't like the beat. I don't like the way he's singing on it. He's a Jackson that had like two or three hits of his damn self. Like that was it.
Mm, definitely. Um, and that's all the time we have for this record. Um, overall, this soundtrack, I mean, I kind of put this on the same vein as the first soundtrack. You have some good songs, but then you have some cheesy songs. But with
Right.
this one, it's like, how can I put this? The highs are higher, but the lows are lower. And when you think about the lows on this record, a lot of rip-off songs, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, you you laughing at me, or uh,
Yeah.
that's a lot of rip-offs. So like Love Hate, it's a Janet Jackson rip-off. I mean, Ready for the World, their whole
Hmm.
career was a Prince ripoff. I Can't Stand It, a
Yeah.
Patti LaBelle ripoff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hell, the Pointer Sisters, you can tell they were trying to redo the same formula for the song on the first album. But other than
Right.
that, I mean, the shit that's good is good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all I have to say. Yeah. So I never heard the third soundtrack. That's for next week. I know the third soundtrack got more soul, if you know what I mean. Because you look at, I see Easy E, I see Tony, I see
Right.
Patti LaBelle came back. Oh wow, Jimmy Jam, Taylor
Mm-hmm.
Lewis. Oh shit. Okay. I
Patti
mean,
LaBelle came back. Yeah. Yeah.
all right. Well, next week. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give the second soundtrack a 4 out of 5.
This is only good for nostalgia purposes. Like if you love 80s action films like this, if you love Eddie Murphy and the soundtracks that went with these movies, it's only good for that reason. Because I had it on cassette back in the day, but it's not a great soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some good songs. Like I said, the Jets is my favorite song. Cross My Broken Heart. The George Michael song was already a hit from his album. Love Hate, the Pebbles joint. Even though that sounds like a Janet Jackson ripoff, it's playable. You know what I'm saying? But James Ingram, rest in peace. James Ingram's song was good too. Better Way, because they actually played that in the movie. Um, but Ready for the World, wasn't a fan of that song. The Jermaine Jackson song is a skip. You know,
His career was a skit.
Pointer Sisters one was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I love 80s Pointer Sisters. But so I'll give it 3 mics, but it's only 3 mics for the nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, like it's not something I would play often unless you were watching the movie or you just was in an 80s type of mood. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, yeah, it's only 3 mics for me.
Yeah, man. I'm not mad about that. All right, so now we're gonna get into the soundtrack I had originally for Sunday, but I fell asleep and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna
You was
talk about the
tired. That's all.
CB4. You said what?
I said you was
Oh,
tired.
you
That's
got it
all.
too.
Yeah, I've been at it.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, this shit came out in 1993.
Yeah.
This is one of Chris Rock's first movies. You know what I'm saying? Singles his albums came out with the Black Streets, Baby Be Mine. That was a single.
Hmm.
Wikipedia don't say the singles. Hold on.
What else was a single? That's the only one I remember from it.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't remember no other singles that came from this album. Black
Yeah.
Cop was on that was on KRS One album, right? That
Yeah,
joint.
it was originally on this album before it
Okay.
was on Return to the Boom Bap. Yeah.
Black Cop was a single, but I don't think there's a video for that though. But that was already like being played on radio by the
I
time
wasn't.
KRS One
I
album
don't think
came
it
out.
was.
Yeah, they
Oh
I mean
wow.
they not an official single, but radio played it because of the whole content in the song.
Understandable.
You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't start getting killed by cops yesterday. This been going on forever, so that's why they were playing it. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like, oh my god, police brutality. Make it stop. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah. This is nothing new.
Alright. Alright, well, I guess a Blackstreet song was the only single. Okay. Alright, so
Yeah, that's the only
producers
one that I remember from it. It has a video.
yeah, I saw the video too. Um
Yeah.
Producers include Bill Stepney, Kathy Nelson, Nelson George. Executive producers Carl Shockley, Gary G. Wiz, Hank Shockley, aka the Bomb Squad, well, members of the Bomb Squad, excuse me. Karis One, Pal Joey, Dr. Jam, DJ Hurricane, Beastie Boys DJ, Mario Caldado Jr., Beastie Boys, Diamond D, Organized Noise, PM Dawn, Teddy Riley, and Daddy O. Guest appearances include Public Enemy, Boogie Down Productions, MC Ren, DJ Hurricane and Beastie Boys, Fushnikins, Parental Advisory, PM Dawn, Blackstreet, Tracy Spencer, Daddy O, and High C, who they were performing under the CB4 moniker and shit like that too. So and Kumo D was also a guest appearance as well. So how did you get into the movie CB4?
Cool Modi. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said, how did you get into the movie CB4?
Oh. The movie, I saw the movie, I think it was on cable back in the day or VHS. I didn't go see this shit. I just thought it was stupid. I like the trailer. It looked like it was like a parody on gangster rap, and I was so turned off by that. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like, what we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we making fun of gangster rap now? You know what I mean? And you know, I mean, a lot of people love it. They felt like it was great. I don't feel like it's not one of my favorite Chris Rock movies though, but I remember when it came out and it was, a lot of people loved it, and the soundtrack came out, and Chris Rock is a great actor. He's a great comedian, one of my favorites. I just didn't care for this movie like that. You know, so I saw it on cable, and I got the soundtrack years ago though. It wasn't like when it first came out. I got the soundtrack like 2020, I think it was. Um, I always wanted to get it. I just never got around to getting it, and I believe it's out of print, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
So when I saw that it was available, I'm like, yeah, I have to definitely get it. You know what I'm saying? And definitely a good one. That's like there's some of those movies where I feel like the soundtrack was better than the movie. You know what I mean? So I definitely got what he was doing with this, with his character in the movie, and like trying to get a record deal, he had to be hardcore and shit like that. We saw that going on in rap in real life, in real time. You know what I'm saying? But it just wasn't one of my favorite Chris Rock films to me. Like to me, I loved him in New Jack City, even though he got snuffed out of that film. You know what I'm saying? And I think I Love My Wife. That one, I loved him in that film. There's a lot of other films he did. Grown was it Grown Ups Part One? I think he was in. That one was good.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of other films I liked him, and it just wasn't this one for me. Like I know it's like a hood classic to a lot of people. Like Mike said, CB4 was awful. Like that's how I felt when I watched it. I'm like, people really like this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like it could have been. I don't know. Like when I seen the film, and there's other movies like this. Like there was the the other one, Janky, was it Janky Promoters? I think it's called. I saw that like years ago. That one was like similar to this. Um, it just was like a spook. I feel. You know what? I feel like the Wayans brothers could have pulled this off better than Chris Rock, because they've done spoof films
I
before,
agree.
like with dance movie. That was like a spoof film on all the dance movies, like Step Up and what's the one with the white chick? The that one
Bring
was
it on.
CB, huh?
Bring it on.
Nah, the white chick, the white that she what's her name? Julia Stiles, I think her name is. You know what I'm talking about? Save the Last Dance? That shit.
Yeah, yeah.
They anyway they did a movie called Dance Flick, and it was like a spoof on all the dance films back then. You know what I'm saying? The one with Marion and shit.
Yeah, you got
Um
served.
yeah, you got served and all that. So and they did Don't Be a Menace. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they would have did this one better than Chris Rock. I don't think he executed the shit right. I think if Keenan Ivory Wayans was like directing it, it would have been a classic. But you know, to some people it's a hood classic. I didn't care for it though. Yeah, Janky Promoters, that one. That one I remember seeing, like it was like '06 or some shit. That shit was garbage too.
I never liked that movie.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Well, I feel you on that. I'm gonna be real with you. I saw CB4 one night on BET,
Hmm.
and at the time I liked it, but then growing up, I kind of got tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
kind of felt like Fear for Black Hat was more underrated. If
right.
you ask me, similar concept, but the writing was much better.
It was better. Yeah, that was a better film.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. CB4, I feel like the humor was kind of juvenile at some parts.
Right,
Like that was the era when you had like movie like Who's the Man
right.
and stuff like that. Which Who's the Man? That's a funny movie. I'm not dissing that one, but it was like, oh,
That
this
didn't
is what.
age. That didn't age well to me. Like looking back at Who's the Man, like when I look at it now, it like the acting didn't age well. I think it was more about the how many cameos was in it, and people wanted to see your favorite rapper in that movie, but the acting was it really didn't age well like that.
I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that part. But yeah, man. But yeah, CB4. I mean, if there was nothing on, I would probably just watch it now.
Right.
But it's like one of those movies I can take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Look at that. We agree on the movie and shit. Look at that. All right, so this shit got 12 songs. We're gonna get this shit started. Track number one, the 13th message, living in a zoo. This was a Public Enemy song right here. Um, pretty cool song. It's a very interesting song right here. You know, you had Chuck D on the intro. You know, just talking about like how like a lot of the black radio was being targeted by the media.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He mentions Ice T. He said like it's kind of crazy how I'm just paraphrasing what he's like it's kind of crazy how Cop Killer wasn't a quote unquote hip hop song, but they attacking it because of Ice T being a rap extraordinaire and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then it just goes on to him just rapping and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope track. The beat definitely had a very 92, 93 feel to it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know if this was like originally supposed to have been on the music and our message. Cause I know that album got pushed back. If I'm not mistaken, I think that album got pushed back and shit too. So yeah, man, I feel like that album is probably the most underrated album in the discography. No one gives that album love. That music and our message has some of their most hard hitting songs that no one talks about.
I
Like
agree.
Thin Line Between Love and Rape. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That song is so relevant today, especially
Mm-hmm.
with fucking hide from that 70s show, Danny Madison. You can't hide what's in his pants, literally. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
yeah,
he got 30 years. What did he? I don't know if he. I didn't even know he was on trial for rape. So
yeah, it's been going on for years. But
what
the
did he
thing,
do?
the thing
Well,
this,
obviously they feel like he did it. He got 30 years in prison. So
but see, this is the thing. Like you had people like and this is what Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis they're getting dragged because they wrote letters to the judge trying to
mhm,
say how much he was a good guy. I would have my kids watch him and stuff like that too. And Ashton Kutcher, they're trying, they're trying to dig up shit on Ashton Kutcher because he said some sketch things over the years too.
right,
And pretty much, because it's kind of funny too because like I remember when this whole Bill Cosby, and I'm not promoting rape
mhm,
or anything like that, but what the news with Cosby hit, y'all took off the Cosby Show off streaming, certain
mhm.
channels.
He
That
lost his
70s
deal.
show, that 70s show, that shit's still on Peacock. That
Mhm,
shit's still on TV channels and shit. Hell,
right.
Dan Schneider. Let's talk about that motherfucker.
Yep.
When all that shit was
They,
coming out on him, I ain't seen none of y'all motherfuckers
they
taking his shit
they
off.
they basically have to pay him off just so he could get out of the NFL. Because Magic Johnson is one of the owners of the Washington Commanders now. They have to pay Dan Snyder off to leave the NFL.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about the Nickelodeon dude.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other Dan Snyder from the Washington
Nah,
Commanders.
nah. But him too. But yeah, him too.
How many Dan Snyders are accused for like Sexual molestation. What the fuck?
Yeah, but
Crazy.
Dan Schneider, because he has all them shows like Drake and Josh, iCarly,
Yeah.
Victorious. I
Uh-huh.
ain't see y'all motherfuckers taking his shit out streaming when all that shit started coming out. Hell, Amanda Bynes is crazy because of that motherfucker. Let's keep it a buck.
Right.
But back to the subject. Yeah, this song right here is definitely a very dope song. The beat definitely is like more Jeep heavy compared to other Public Enemy songs. I kind of feel like Eric Sermon would have also been on this beat too, because it has that no pressure feel to it
Right.
too,
Yeah.
which is the album we have to talk about. I don't know why I haven't talked about that
Yes,
shit yet.
definitely. Definitely. I like the intro when Chuck D is talking about white people feared how big hip hop would be, how big this culture would be, because it was like a cultural overthrow with their own kids. Like their own kids got sucked into the culture that we started, and that's what they feared. They feared that this movement that they thought wouldn't last end up being 50 years, and now it's the biggest shit on the planet, and their own kids are a part of that. Because it was the white kids that was going to the stores buying the albums, making them go platinum. It wasn't us. Well, even though I was buying shit, they don't count me. Because the majority of our people don't buy albums. It's the white kids. So when
Right,
NWA went multi-platinum, that's the white kids making them go platinum, multi-platinum. It wasn't us. You know what I'm saying? But I like the fact that he talked about that. I mean, we've been saying that for years. It's like white kids in this culture, they were basically cool because of us. You know what I'm saying? So that was great to hear him, talk about that, and the song was dope. It had a nice beat.
yeah, definitely a very dope song. So I'm gonna keep it a buck. Black Cop and Mayday on the Front Line by Boogie Down Production and MC Man, respectively. I've talked about those songs in the past. I love both of those songs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's kind of interesting because KRS One was still using the BDP name around this time and shit like that before returning the boom bap and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? So I think he also used the name on the P is Still Free song from the Menace to Society soundtrack, which was also used on Return to Boom Bap, which is actually my favorite song off that album. That da 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 da. I
Yes.
love that beat. You know what I'm saying? But as for Mayday on the Front Line, we recently talked about MC Ren's album last week, or
Yeah.
the 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago, that was a very good song. Shock of the Hour, very 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 dope album in my opinion. Very underrated if you ask me. I need to get my hands on some MC Ren albums. That villainous Black album is going to come very soon too. So stay tuned on that.
Yeah. Black Cop is great. This was a classic song that radio was playing, and what he's talking about in the song is still going on now. You know what I'm saying? It's a timeless record because the shit keep happening over and over again in this country. You know what I'm saying? And having now we have on our own kind, kill us. You know what I'm saying? Before it used to be the white cops killing us. Now it's our own kind killing us. That shit that happened with Tyree Nichols. We talked about that in the group chat yesterday, and how
Yeah,
they are they trying those cops or no?
I believe so. Yeah,
They're trying to,
they
but
got
they need a
indicted.
death penalty. They need to snuff them out the same way that they snuffed out Tyree Nichols a couple blocks from his mom's house. They need to give all those black cops the death penalty and kill all of them. You know what I'm saying? That should be the severe penalty from now on. When a cop commits a murder, they need to get killed as well. None of this. Oh well, we're gonna give from a desk job with pay or suspend them with pay. That's not good enough. They need to give them the death penalty. You know what I'm saying? What that cop did to George Floyd, and he only got like what, 3 years? That's not enough.
Yeah,
That's not enough. They need to go forever. You know what I'm saying? Because this is going to be a cycle that's going to keep going on in this country, and when is enough going to be enough? You know what I'm saying? So this is going to always be a timeless song as long as this bullshit keeps happening in this country. You know what I'm saying? And what I like about it, Mad Lion took this beat and he flipped his own shit to it. The
Shoot to
Shoot to
kill.
Kill, yeah, that's the Black
Yeah.
Cop beat. Mad Lion was hot when he first came out. You know what I'm saying? He stole a dope ass dancehall artist. You know what I mean? But this is a classic record, and you had Karis One talking about, how they recruit our people to become cops on the corner to take gunshots and shit, and then they follow in the code of that blue code, and they become like the evil white cops, and end up killing our own. That shit can't happen. I'm not gonna vote for nobody that's gonna be president so that it's gonna keep going on in this country. I didn't vote for Biden. I didn't vote for Trump. Like this same shit's gonna keep going on. I need to see from these congressmen, from the government, some change. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, putting them on trial is cool, but actually putting them underneath the fucking jail cell, that's even better. Like with no chance of parole, that's even better. That's what I would like to see in this country. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not seeing it. I'm just seeing a lot of talk, and a lot of, you know they're gonna get around to shit, and it's not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no reason why those black cops should have killed Tyree Nichols the way that they did. There's no excuse for that. You know what I'm saying? Watching that video, and seeing him, handcuffed, and they beating the shit out of him a couple blocks from his mom's house. Nah, we can't allow that shit. You know what I'm saying? So this to me will always be a timeless song because this shit keeps happening over and over again. It's gonna keep happening. The MC Ren song was great. That's a classic song. You had Ren saying, wait for the days to get revenge for the days of the slave ships. You got the Bloods and the Crips, and that was a great song from a great album from MC Ren. Definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. And I agree with 100% with what you said too. You know what I'm saying? That's why I kind of cringe when I see some of these
Yeah.
niggas talking about
And,
how
and and it's like for people like us who've been stopped by the cops in the past, it's like we're the lucky ones. A lot of them, like Tyree Nichols going home to see his mom, he wasn't lucky. He didn't make it to see his mother the one last time.
no,
Or Sean Bell, you know what I'm saying, or George Floyd. It's like it's this shit. It's like a cycle over and over. I'm like, when is enough gonna be enough? Like our people are fed up with this shit already. It's tiring. I'm tired of seeing CNN and watching CNN for this shit. You know what I'm saying? And more has to be done. It can't just be, oh well, vote for your congressman, or the like whatever president is in office, they're not doing shit about it. There was shit going
right.
on when Obama was in office, and he couldn't change shit. So what is gonna make Biden or the next president gonna what is so different with them being in office? What are they gonna change? Because they haven't done it. I'm not seeing it. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna change till one of their own kids get stopped by the cops and get gunned down by the cops. That's when they're gonna change the whole laws and shit. I'm saying when it hits home to them personally, that's when they're gonna say, "Yo, we gotta do some changing. We gotta put these cops accountable for their actions on duty." That's when the shit's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? It's cool for them because it's not happening to their families, and they looking at it like how we looking at it on TV, and seeing a family mourning the loss of their loved one because of unnecessary police brutality. But when it actually hits their home, that's when they're going to change the shit. But we can't wait that long. We shouldn't have to wait for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? If people got to go out and rage in the streets and riot and all that, then that's what they need to do. I support it. If they got to, go to Beverly Hills and fuck up they stores and shit for change, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't fuck your own businesses up in the hood. Go to their fucking neighborhood and fuck they shit up. You know.
Facts. All right. Next joint right here, we got is Hurricane and Beastie Boys Stick 'em Up. DJ Hurricane is of course the DJ from the Beastie Boys. He also worked with plenty of other artists like Talib Kweli, Exhibit. He was a member of the Afros, so on and so on. He dropped an album. I think he dropped an album back in like '95, The Horror, that was pretty solid, pretty dope album, if you ask me. This track right here was pretty cool too. Definitely a more boom bappish kind of song, a very ill boom bappish kind of song and stuff like that. Something the BCs would have definitely done for like Check Your Head. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with this one.
Yeah, this was dope. I remember when Hurricane came out with an album where he was like doing some rap. It was like 93, 94 that came out, and he tried his hand at rapping, and it was dope. Definitely a dope ass beat. Like the DJ scratching on it as well.
Right. Track number 5, The Fushnikins, Sneaking Up On Ya. I've never really been a big fan of the Fushnikins like that. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
I like the first Foo Snickers album. You know what I'm saying? Because it had that native tongue sound. But then when they came out with the breakdown shit, it was like they just went hardcore, and they stayed to that sound after. Like they didn't go back to their regular sound. You know what I'm saying? So this definitely sounds like breakdown era Foo Snickers.
Yeah. Yeah, this was also time when Shaq was trying to rhyme like them too and shit. That
Right,
was like
right. They were
his
close with
favorite
Shaq.
hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
All right, track number 6, Parental Advisory Lifeline. Parental Advisory, they were a southern hip hop group from the Dungeon family that consists of Mello, KP, and Big Reese. They dropped their first album, Ghetto Street Funk, back in 1993. You know what I'm saying? And they got the Lifeline remix on
Yeah,
that joint right there too. You know what I'm saying? I've heard of them. I've never actually paid attention to them until this song. You know what I'm saying? They got they got a cool sound. You know what I'm saying? Organized noise. This was when they were still at their prime, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this was a pretty solid joint.
this was dope. I definitely like the beat. They were like early Dungeon Family. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a dope track.
Definitely. Track number 7, PM Dawn, The Nocturnals in the House. You guys should know I've never been a PM Dawn fan, so you guys should know.
Again, this is another group that they went away from their original sound and did hardcore rap. A lot of artists were doing hardcore rap at that time because that's what was selling, even though it was pissing off people like Calvin Butts and C. Dolores Tucker. But that's what was selling. That was the trend because of Death Row being successful, and you had a lot of groups and artists even on this soundtrack switching up they sound to be hardcore rap. UMCs did that. That's a group that did Blue Cheese and they ditched their sound to go hardcore, and that wasn't them. You know what I'm saying? PM Dawn. This is a group that talked about religion and stuff. In the afterlife, and they went from Set Adrift of Memory Bliss to this. You know what I'm saying? Which wasn't their sound, and I love I love PM Dawn, but this was not their sound. You know what I'm saying? And I think at that time, they were dissing like Run DMC and shit,
Oh
and
Lord,
they lost their audience after that. You know what I'm saying?
how
So
how dare they?
yeah, I still don't know the history behind that. I know they did a song called Plastic. I think that was like in the Run DMC. But their first two albums were great, and then like they ditched their sound for hardcore rap, and that's when they lost their audience. You know what I'm saying? And I like the beat. I just don't feel like it's them. It don't fit PM Dawn. You know what I'm saying? It don't fit their sound. You know what I'm saying? So I think the beat could have like this is a beat that sounds like Eric Sherman produces. It don't sound like it was made for them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The Code Red album was okay. I don't think it was great. I know Reg loves that album. I don't think it was a great album. I like some songs, but just the singles, that Boom Shake the Room was not it.
That's their second best album, in my opinion.
No, that is not their second best album. Yo,
Yes,
what?
it is.
You think that's on the same level as He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper? Code Red?
Yes,
No, you're
yes.
bugging. Fuck no.
He's a
Home
DJ.
Home Base
He's
is
a
better
DJ is
than
my
that. Home
favorite.
Base is a classic compared to that album. Home
Home base.
Base,
Home base. That's like my third favorite.
your third favorite. So you got Code Red over Home Base. That's bananas.
Yes.
That is bananas.
Yeah.
Track for track, Home Base is a better album than that.
Rock the
You know what I'm
House
saying?
was pretty
Like
good
if you
too.
took some, even if you took summertime off, you still got joints like you saw my blinker, you got I'm all that, you got the ring my bell joint. Like that was a classic album. From every track was a banger.
Yeah, but I feel like he steps his pen game up on Code Red on some
On
real
Cold
shit.
Red, how
Yeah.
how what? How did he step his? Because I hear the joints. I'm like, this reminds me of like '93 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have no classic storytelling tracks on that album.
Twinkle Twinkle, I'm Not a Star.
That was not no great track. Are you serious? Pete Rock is on that
Come on,
album, and
are
he
you
didn't even give
serious,
them. Pete, my
nigga?
favorite
Nigga,
producer of
hold up.
all time, Pete Rock, didn't even give them great beats on that album.
I disagree.
Oh my god, I can't believe you're the only one I know that loves that album. You are the only one
What
that would rank that
we
album high
because
because that album was not didn't sell for a
because we
reason.
the only niggas that would argue about that album though.
About Code Red,
Yeah.
because I don't think it was. I don't think it's better than Home Base or even and in this corner. I think those two were better.
And
To
in
me,
this corner was
they three album run to me was He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper, and in this corner and Home Base. After that, to me, is when Will went off to become a big Hollywood star.
and in this corner is my least favorite album.
And I don't understand that. I'm like, that had joints on there, bro. But you like
Hell,
Code Red more than that.
Will even said that was his least favorite album. I'm not.
Will was fucking hot. He don't know what he's talking about. He was busy cheating on his wife for that song. He didn't know what he's talking about.
Chill.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Well, Redman said the same thing about this. How come it's always the albums
Here,
that these
here
artists
we
don't like
go.
that people love?
Here we
Redman
go.
don't like There's a Dark Side and people love that album. You know what I'm saying? And in this corner is like one of my favorites because I grew up with that album. But Will don't like it. But you had I think I could beat Mike Tyson. You had Then She Bit Me. What else was on that album? It was like some other shit that I like on it. That was a dope album. I don't know why you don't like it. You know what I mean? Lyrically superior? Fuck no. Never. He's the DJ,
Thank
I'm the
you.
Rapper. That's one of his best albums lyrically.
Oh yeah, I'm
You
not
know what I'm
arguing about
saying?
that.
Cold Red is not touching that album. How much that I don't even think that album went gold. I think that's how bad it sold. Like nobody was. I remember seeing that shit in stores and I didn't buy it. I'm like, I'm not buying this because after
It
that
actually
that
did.
single,
It
after
actually
the
did
Boom
go
Shake
gold.
through, huh?
It actually did go gold. Thank
It
you.
went gold. It went gold like years
Yeah.
later. The years later,
No, it
that
went
shit didn't
in
go. No, that shit didn't go gold
1994.
as soon as it came out.
1994 it went
Get the
gold.
fuck out of here. Never.
Yes, it.
Wait,
Yes, it
what
did.
song? With Boom Shake the Room? Nobody liked that song. Nobody liked that shit. It was not playing that on radio.
I like that.
Will was already rich that he bought the units to his own album, and that's why it went gold.
Shut
Nobody was buying
up.
that. Nobody was buying that. You'll be hard pressed to find people with that shit in their collection.
Well, I got that shit in my
Well, you
collection.
got that shit. I'm pretty sure BJ likes them, right? I'm pretty sure he don't have that shit in his collection. You know what I'm saying? No. But that was not I remember when MTV would play that shit. Like I'm like, why are they playing this shit? This shit is garbage. Did you really like that shit? When you hear that shit, Boom Shake the Room. Do you play that shit when you play that album, or you just skip over
Hell
it?
yeah.
You
Hell
really
fucking
you like
yeah.
it like that? See, I like the second
Boom,
single.
boom. Shit.
Was it I'm Looking for the One? I like that one, the Teddy Riley joint.
That was alright. That was alright.
But that's more Will Speed though. I'm like when he did Boom Shake the Room, I'm like, what is this? What is I didn't understand what he was trying to do with it.
That
You know what I'm
was that was
saying?
like that was like brand new funk 1993, man.
Get the fuck out of here. That fuck no. No.
That was like
No.
that was like brand new funk
No.
1993. Let's get it. Let's
He was like already rocking his Doc Martens at that time and wearing the wild pattern clothes and shit. And like, nah, come on, man. Like, give me Big Willie style over that, man. Big Willie style is a
oh
classic,
oh
definitely.
oh.
Hmm?
Big Willie style. That's a hip hop classic,
Yeah, that
man.
was his comeback album. Like, yeah, that's what I check for. Right? That's way better than Code Red. Anything on Code Red, I can't fuck with that. Pete Rock couldn't save that album. That's how bad it was. You know.
I mean, I like his shit on that album. I'm sorry.
I know you do. I don't know why.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm not a fan of PM Dawn. Track number 8, Blackstreet Baby Be Mine. Again, another song we've already talked about. This was back when Blackstreet was at their prime.
That
Their
was dope.
first album was my favorite album from them. Every album after that, it just lost something for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was a great song. That was also on their first album, the subtitle joint, and they killed it. Definitely love Blackstreet. Their first two albums at least were great. You know, definitely. I believe this is the remix, right?
No, I thought the remix was on the first album.
Yeah, there's like different mixes of this song. I heard at least three or four mixes of this song, so I don't know what version this is because it don't say remix. But the one I want to say the one on the album is a different mix than this one. But they were like, Teddy Riley was remixing a lot of shit too. So there's like three or four different mixes of this song.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, man. Yeah. Niggas just remixing shit just to remix shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just to do it, and you didn't really need a remix for it though.
All right. Next track we got is Tracy Spencer with It's All Right. Tracy Spencer, she was a singer coming coming from motherfucking Waterloo, Iowa. Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow,
I didn't know that. I never would have expected. I thought she was from New York. The way
Waterloo,
she was singing.
Iowa.
Yeah, yeah, I never heard no black people in Iowa and shit.
Right?
Anyway,
Did she live on a farm or what?
um, as far as I know, no, she didn't.
No. Okay.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm
Hmm.
gonna be 100% real with you. I've never actually heard a Tracy Spencer album.
Right.
My memory of Tracy Spencer was when she was on Family Matters, and
Yeah.
she and Eddie sang that song "Tender Kisses." That's a
Hmm.
fucking dope song. I love
Yeah.
that song.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? This joint right here definitely screams 1993. That grown and sexy ordeal. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope track. Love it. She actually retired from the music industry too, so that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen her a lot like on social media lately. So she's still looking good. She still had a great voice, and this was a dope song, and it had like a New Jack Swing sound to it. I like the beat and the horns on it. And it was dope.
Definitely. Yeah, man. Damn, niggas don't know what happened to her after. I like she kept a low profile. Shit,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. You never heard about her in no scandals or nothing. You
Nah,
know?
that ten kisses. That's still my joint though. I ain't good.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
yeah. That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah. Track number 10, Sweat from My Balls. So this is the CB4 songs right here. This is actually a parody of Coogee Rep and DJ Polo's classic Talk Like Sex. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Rated X excess. I take it to the that song and shit.
Right.
I'm gonna be real with you. That song should never be touched. That's like one of
Yeah.
those tracks that should never be remixed or touched because that to me is the greatest hip hop sex song ever.
Okay.
In my opinion, the shit he was saying for 1990, the shit he was saying on that record.
Yeah.
Yeah, and y'all bugging about what Megan and Cardi be saying on bongos, bongers, whatever that shit
They
is.
ain't saying shit we haven't heard. So they
Come
ain't
on
saying
now,
shit.
Coogee Rap and DJ Paul talk like sex. Come on now.
Yep.
But yeah, I didn't care for this version. Yeah.
Yeah. The Granddaddy IU, he had a sex track on that album we talked about. That Smooth Assassin joint.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah, that joint was hella dirty. You know.
it was dirty, but it's not. It wasn't touching G Rap dirty.
Right. Yeah, G Rap, man. The G Rap is the king of storytelling. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't. I don't like none of the Chris Rock songs on here. You know,
Yeah,
I don't
I
think they
got
were needed on the album. Like that shit that should have just been left in the movie. You know.
shit. Mr. I'm the old dad and he better forget.
Uh,
Yo, Mr. La 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 la. Let me stop. Let me stop. But yeah, you're right. I didn't really care for that. I felt like they weren't really needed
right.
and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But straight out of low cash, I can bump that on occasion. You know what I'm saying? But they did the Rappers Delight. I think Kumo D was also on that one too.
Oh
You
Lord.
know, so
Why don't he go fuck up his own songs? Don't fuck up a
you
classic like
can't
that.
escape from it shit.
You know what I mean? Go fuck up your own songs. Man.
Oh shit. Not go fuck up your own song.
Yeah. You know, he got
But
albums
yeah,
he need to
man.
do anyway. You know.
But overall, this is a fairly decent soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? It definitely is a well-rounded, keeping up with the concept of the movie. You know, a lot of hardcore songs on this joint right here too. You know what I'm saying? I know, like I said before, some of the songs we talked about in the past, so I kind of just gave my quick thoughts on those ones and shit too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, the only songs I could have done with that was the few Schnickens and the PM Dawn song. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I mean, oh, and the CB4 songs. Other than that, it's pretty solid. I'll give this like a 3.5 out of 5. You know,
I
actually,
like
scratch.
it. Yeah, there's some. No, go ahead.
I'm gonna raise it to 3.8. You
Okay,
know,
3.8. I think there's some dope songs on here. The Public Enemy joint, 13th letter living in the zoo was fire, and that was a great way to start the soundtrack. And the Black Street joint, and Black Cop, the MC Ren joint. You know, I didn't care for the Fushnikins joint. That definitely what didn't sound like them, and the PM Dawn one. The Tracy Spencer one was dope too. I like that song. I'm gonna give it 4 mics minus those songs and the Chris Rock ones that shouldn't have been on there. I wish they had added more R&B, artists on the soundtrack as well. You know,
right?
we only got Blackstreet and Tracy Spencer on here, but I wish there was like a couple more. And they could have took off the Chris Rock songs. You know what I'm saying? But I'll give it 4 mics.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. All right, so I'm actually gonna end off this video right here because I got to handle some shit tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple of announcements I want to make. So next Wednesday at midnight is gonna be our collection video, and this is gonna be very special because we're not gonna do no surprise reviews. We're just gonna jump right straight to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna hold you. Some of the surprise reviews I picked for these collection video be long as hell. Cough
Right.
cough, Jay Z and R. Kelly,
Oh Lord.
and I just wanted to,
Was that the last one we did?
yeah,
Oh Lord.
and I just wanted to, just for time's sake, I know we all have our albums we want to show, and I don't know who's actually gonna come for these fucking videos and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Also too, this Friday at I said 5 o'clock, we're
Yeah.
gonna do our last Artist Sunday. Well, it's not Artist Sunday because we got something special for Artist Sunday, which I'm about to announce. Um, we're gonna do Marley Marl's re-entry album from 2001. You know what I'm saying? Why not end it off with the guy that pretty much started the whole Juice Crew and shit like that too? You know what I'm saying? Um, and if you guys are wondering, yes, we did talk about In Control Volume One and Volume Two in the past and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't wait. I haven't heard re-entry in years. So I can't wait to talk about that one.
Yeah.
Also, too, this Sunday we got we know Nas is gonna drop an album
Yeah.
tomorrow at 9 o'clock on his birthday, and yes, we're gonna talk about the album on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're gonna do two reviews. We're gonna do that one, and we're gonna just kick off the Heavy D one with Peaceful Journey. You know what I'm
Awesome.
saying? I'm gonna let you know once I get my schedule because
All right.
I might do the Nas one later on. Maybe if I think I'm gonna be off that Sunday, so I might try to do that at 9 or 10 o'clock if I'm off,
Yeah.
and then the Heavy D joint I can do 6 o'clock.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that Peaceful Journey album, that's like one of my favorite Heavy D albums,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to actually talk about that joint right there too.
Right.
Also, my boy John Dixon is gonna we're gonna do the Dub C review, which I had to
All
keep
right.
pushing back, because of time constraints, and he has some stuff going on. Yeah, I have some stuff going on too. So again, that time is gonna be to be announced when it comes to my schedule. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, yeah, I'm gonna start working on this next Water Beef episode this Saturday. I'm gonna do Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney situation.
Oh,
You know,
oh.
I want to do something different.
They should
Fucking
have an album out together to me.
well, they didn't. Y'all know why.
Right. Mike was greedy.
I disagree. I
You don't think
disagree.
that's what it was?
No, there was more to the story than that shit.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm not gonna reveal that right now because I don't want niggas stealing my information and shit. And
Right.
they do their own video and stuff. But hey,
It's not gonna be like yours though. So
oh, it's of course not because
you know what I mean?
I got receipts.
They lights gonna be off and shit. You ain't gonna be able to see their face. You're gonna be giving you all
I
type of
got
wrong information. You know.
I got receipts. But yeah, man. You have anything to say before I head out?
I'm doing the live stream with Mike. I want to do it early though. You said he's available. I might do it tomorrow. I don't know. He said he's available early for that. But it's gonna be we're doing like a movie live stream. It's gonna be fun. Reg, you welcome to join. I know you watch a lot of summer films and shit. So
What time? Because I work between 3 and 11.
like if maybe Friday. I don't know, like Friday, Saturday. We'll see. But it's gonna
Let
be
me.
early. I want to do live streams early. I don't want to do that shit like late. Like you know what I'm saying? So um like sometime in the afternoon we'll do that shit. Like a countdown, a
Yeah.
little countdown to like the best and worst summer films of this year. There's a lot of garbage that's out that I saw. Like, yo, this is why niggas is on strike. These movies are not making money. You got
And
shit
and
like Barbie killing everybody. You know,
and that's the thing. I haven't watched a lot of summer. I haven't watched a lot of bad summer movies. The summer movies I watched, like The Blackening, that
mm,
was
I ain't
dope.
watching.
That
I
was
ain't watching.
dope.
I watched a good horror film last night. That was probably the best horror film of the summer so far, of the year so far. You know what I'm saying? The Talk to Me, that was a great film.
I
But
heard that was gonna be a good one.
yeah, that was good. But yeah, like a lot of the other shit. Yeah, we definitely got to talk about that.
Yeah, I'll
You know,
probably watch that one and stuff too.
yeah, yeah. Talk to Me was good. I think you would like it.
Okay. All right. Couple things I have to announce too. So if you want to do earlier shows, here's the thing: like the days like I work at 3 o'clock, are you gonna be up in the mornings, early
Yeah, I'll
afternoon?
be I'll be I'll be available for that, man. You know what I
All
mean?
right, all right, because I can't exceed 2 o'clock. If I exceed 2 o'clock, I'm gonna be late to work and
Right.
shit. So
I just think you will get a lot more views when we do it earlier. Cause niggas be sleeping at this time. A lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna be up waiting unless they hit me up personally. Like I know one of my cousins hit me up because he wanted to check out the live stream tonight. But other than that, it's like everybody will watch it when they wake up, or they watch the replay. You know what I mean? So
okay, well, we can also do like early evenings as well too, if you're not
yeah,
doing your own podcast.
yeah, that's good. I'll always schedule shit. So you know
Okay,
what I mean?
but the collection video is still gonna be
It's still
Wednesday at
12. Well,
midnight.
who's joining us? Who's gonna be up at
Ash,
midnight to join it? Well, other than Ashley and us, is BJ gonna be here or Eric?
I know Eric's definitely gonna come. Mike is.
Okay.
Cavase.
Correct gonna be up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't
Lucia
know
was.
about BJ.
I heard Lucia. I heard Lucia said she was gonna be there. If she there, she tell her to bring her sorry ass Eagles team with her too. I know that she was talking shit about my team, and I can't stand the Eagles, so
Yeah,
make sure she come with the Eagles and that sorry ass quarterback they got, and they're not going back to the Super Bowl this year. You know what I mean? But I just want to be able to laugh when my Giants beat them.
Yeah, her ass is gonna come too.
Huh?
Her ass is coming too.
She be there too.
Yeah.
What pickups did she get? If she could get like a fake Super Bowl trophy, that's the one they're gonna be holding this year, the fake Super Bowl Lombardi trophy. You know,
She
I just want to see her suck as hard at. So
y'all funny. Y'all funny. But yeah, man. Um, she can she just needs to come up with some more Jeopardy questions other than Virgo birthdays, Scorpio birthdays. I was
give us
like,
Black History. Like you're gonna see people how many people leave the live stream. You know, who
yeah,
was Harriet Tubman and what was her significance to the Underground Railroad? They nobody's gonna know. They're just gonna leave the live stream.
chill.
You know, I need something more challenging to be on there every week. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm,
know, we've already done like the zodiac signs for celebrities. Like it got to be something else.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
I but yeah, yeah, man. That's pretty much all I gotta say for y'all right there. You know what I'm saying? We got a few more soundtracks left, and I know we're gonna do next week's also gonna be some black exploitation shit we gonna got going on. That's all I'm gonna say for right now. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate this try as usual.
Okay.
Hope y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.
All right. Peace.